I will call the Joint Government Oversight and Health and Human Services Committee meeting to order. First item is Pledge Allegiance. Please rise. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you. Next item is adoption of agenda.
Adopt the agenda.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Howard. Any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next is approval of meeting minutes dated June 9th, 2026.
So moved by Goiki.
Support Perna.
I have a motion by Commissioner Goike, supported by Commissioner Perna. Any discussion on the meeting minutes? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next is our first of two public participations. This one is for agenda items only. I would ask that we have a 3-minute time limit, max per speaker. Anybody wish to be heard on agenda items only? If you're here for the interview on the Veterans Affairs Commission, I will call those up separately. Once, twice. Oh, here comes somebody. Welcome.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manny Gonzalez, and I am a member of the Macomb County Veterans Service Commission, and I am here to recommend the reappointment of Mr. Joe Rutherford. Mr. Rutherford has been a valuable member to our board. His high level of dedication and commitment is a true asset to everyone on the board. So, and I want to continue this valued partnership with Mr. Rutherford. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Oh, sorry.
Thank
Have a
you,
good day.
Manny. Anyone else?
Good day, everyone, to the esteemed Board of Commissioners. I appreciate the opportunity to speak before you today. First of all, I want to say a very special thank you to Commissioner Howard, Commissioner Goike, who had an opportunity to speak to a group of young men today. They're called Knights of Praise. Stand up, young men, stand up. Knights of Praise. This is a tri-county youth mentoring program that we're doing through our church, First Praise. I sit on the Macomb County Ministerial Alliance, and we were presented this opportunity this year through the state of Michigan Faith-Based and Community Partnerships Program, and so we're excited to be able to bring the students to this facility and give a tour. So again, thank you to Commissioner Howard and Commissioner Goike. We appreciate you. You can be seated. I was appointed last year on a Veterans Commission, and let me just tell you, it's been a wonderful time being there. And the one person that has really helped me along this path is Joel Rutherford. And I just want him to know how much we appreciate him, and we want to see him serve with us again. And so I'm here to give the highest recommendation that we can give for him to be a part and reappointed to this Veterans Commission again. And again, thank you all for the work that you do. We appreciate you.
Thank you, and welcome to the young adults in the back. Anyone else wish to be heard under public participation? Seeing none. Next item is presentations. BOC Casual Day recipient recognition goes to Macomb Symphony Orchestra, May 26th. Kathy Barnard, President, Macomb Sympathy Orchestra Board of Directors, Todd Schmidt, and Macomb Sympathy Board of Directors and members. Welcome.
Thank you so much for all of your participation and support in the Casual Day. We really appreciate it. The Macomb Symphony's been pretty busy lately. We did a wonderful concert at St. Clair Montefelco, which featured Mr. Duncan's wonderful composition, and we just finished recording it. It will be out soon. We just also finished the Shelby Fest, which was in Sylvia's neighborhood.
Yes.
And we had a wonderful, wonderful concert. It was the best ever with a full drone show, wonderful patriotic music. And we just have been very busy with the beach concerts. Tonight and all of the Tuesdays in July, our symphony has their small ensembles play at Metropolitan Beach, which I still call it Metro Beach, even though I know it's Lake St. Clair Metro Park, but nobody seems to know where that is, so I say Metro Beach. And we play from 7 to 9. Tonight features our woodwind quintet. The concerts are always free, and they're held at the pavilion. So if it's smoke-filled or really hot, we're able to enclose the pavilion completely, and they turn the air conditioning on. So it's very pleasant. Bring a lawn chair if you're coming. So this Tuesday night, tonight at 7, we will have the Woodwind Quintet, and then next Tuesday night from 7 to 9, we will feature a brass quintet, and they're always wonderful too. So we've really enjoyed those concerts. I do have a little brochure that features all of our concerts that are coming up this season for our 53rd season. And I would like them passed out. Do you want me to just leave them
If you
here?
can give them to Kyle over there, please.
Thank you. But thank you again for the participation in the Casual Day and allowing us to be one of the recipients. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And we have a check, if you wouldn't mind coming up here, please.
Oh, thank you.
Up here. Todd, why don't you join her? Come on. Don't be bashful. He's never bashful anyways. Here comes Sarah.
Come on, Jim. All the way back, you guys. Todd, Kathleen. Come all the way back. There you go.
Perfect. That's it. Stand in front of Phil.
You're good. Hold on.
I'm here, okay.
Let's say, where you want me? How's that? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's still here.
See, go up any higher?
I think Sarah wants my chair. You can have this chair anytime you want.
I want the chair.
Oh. Could I have a motion to receive and file?
Motion receive and file.
Support.
A motion by Commissioner Lucido, supported by Commissioner Grohl.
Sure.
Please vote.
Commissioner Lucido,
Yes.
motion passes 12 to 0.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is appointment interviews for the Veteran Affairs Commission. It's a board appointment, one vacancy, 4-year term to run through August 1st, 2026 through July 31st, 2030. I would like to acknowledge that we have received 33 applications for this appointment, of which I believe 20 is attending this evening. So we greatly appreciate all of the interest. I would like to limit the discussion to 3 minutes for those that are attending, and I'm going to apologize in advance if I mess up your name, because all of the rest of them will. Thank you. First attending is Thomas Barnard. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Everyone hear me okay? Yes, my name is Tom Barnard. I'm a resident of Washington Township. I'm a 21-year veteran of the Army and Army National Guard. I have a son who's a captain in the U.S. Army right now, and I've been in and out of uniform for most of my adult life until moving back to Michigan. I'm interested in this position because I've seen all facets of active duty life, raising a family, being in the National Guard, dealing with employers, looking at employment industries, and I have a lot of thoughts on how to better advocate. Currently, I'm an attorney. I work in the State Bar Veterans Committee, the section leadership committee for the Veterans Law and Military Law Group. And I do a lot of work for veterans in terms of pro bono work, in terms of criminal defense. I have a big interest in the Veterans Court, and a lot of things I'd like to do on the commission. I'd like to see, my three areas are, advocacy, funding, and outreach. I think more veterans know I always see every veteran I talk to, they didn't know. They always say, I didn't even know that was out there. I think that the number one reason is just educating veterans. And I think there's a lot of things we could do. I think Macomb County's probably the third biggest veteran population of counties in the state of Michigan. It's got a growing defense sector. And when you bring in defense contractors, that always increases veterans' families. And I think one of my goals is to make, there's the military life journals and magazines publish hot places to live for veterans. And I want to somehow get Macomb County onto that list and get a place that's really appealing. Some ideas I have is reaching out to businesses on encouraging military discounts, different things, that kind of nature. So there's a number of ideas I have, but that's kind of my interest, kind of where I'm at. Uniquely qualified to this, I've been a lawyer for over 25 years. I've been practicing all over the country, military matters, criminal matters, federal matters. I've worked a lot in fiscal law, government contract law, and I work with veterans. And I think I'm a graduate of United States Military Academy, 1995, served as a military police officer, then became a judge advocate, and served my rest of the career as a judge advocate. So I bring a lot of that. I've been a Michigan family. My family's a Michigan family. So we've been in the area for many generations. So with that, I'm happy to answer any other questions or other things you'd like to hear.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. I would like to thank all of those that have served in the military service in advance for your service. So thank you, sir, and everyone else. Next is Christopher Barrett. No? Okay. Maxwell Biddle. I met Maxwell in the garage when he was parking. Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon. Yes, try to be brief. So I'd like to first thank you all for the opportunity. So again, I'm Max Biddle. I'm a resident of St. Clair Shores, former United States Marine Sergeant, stationed last at Suffrage Air National Guard Base, where I performed independent instructor duty, helping instruct and guide reservists, support them in anything they needed. I also had the honor and privilege to perform the color sergeant detail, essentially a lot of formalities and taking care of arranging and participating many honor guards for the fallen soldiers and veterans. This duty has stuck with me quite a long time, right? Seeing the loss of such soldiers and their families, it's guided me in my 20 years since that time. Since that time, I've, as Mr. Barnard said, helped other individuals to understand the benefits that they have available to them. It changes nearly daily. So it's good that we can get that information out. I think that's one of the different areas that I'd like to focus in on, ensuring that veterans are aware of their new education benefits, the ever-growing medical, abilities that they have. Definitely education and reemployment. That's definitely an area where I know a lot of people are suffering today. Personally, I bring 20 years of experience in executive leadership, governance, oversight, finding unique solutions to problems, being just that advocate for either large corporations, service individuals in the corporate world, or just being the individual leader in a chaotic situation. I think I have a good degree of helping aid people in the IT industry as well. I know that the county has resources. I'd like to find different ways to make those more efficient if I could. Understand exactly what services we are delivering and reporting on those in a metric-based and performance aspect. And just, overall find efficiencies that we can help improve and aid our veterans more. I think that the Veterans Home in Chesterfield is just an awesome complex, and I'd like to see more of those actually done in Macomb, because I think that's a service that we really do need more of. Other than that, I just hope that I can get out, do the best that I can do, and do as much good as anyone's capable of. And with
Thank you,
that, I
sir.
open up any questions.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all.
This is going to be a challenge. Zachary Boguslawski. I hope I didn't butcher the name and he's here. Okay, next is Devon Burgess. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me. First thing I do want to say is thank you to all my brother and sisters in arms, those who are present. Every day I think about the sacrifices that we make continuously while in the field, out of the field, for our peers and our family. And it just invigorates the everything that makes me alive in the moment. So I thank you guys along the way. And thank you guys for having us here today. My name is Devon Burgess, and good day, everybody. I am eager to serve on the board because I am deeply committed to the growth, equity, and well-being for our community. I am from the north end of Macomb and New Haven. While a lot of things don't kind of run in the financial step forward for up there, but the community members, we heavily are invested into the idea of what Macomb stands for, and I feel personally, being one of our North End members, we can utilize a lot more representation from that side of the field. With a background spanning from my military service, which is 8 years active, 4 years in the reserves, I was a U.S. Navy senior analyst for many departments, including for weapon and CENTCOM. I believe this unique experience there gives me what has shaped our current VA appearance, where we see service members who are now leaving the service are now experiencing a different type of war front, and also different type of challenges as they address new employment and home fair going from some of our more senior individuals who served in different type of operations. Also, as I have, excuse me, also have a degree in public policy and government policy from the University of Michigan, and it worked with nonprofit leaderships in the Detroit area. It brings a well-rounded perspective to governance. Sorry about that. Get this zoomed in. Throughout my career, whether advocating for policies to fix secure food accesses for service members, managing complex sorting operations, or analyzing legislative issues, my focus has always been on the problem-solving, operational efficiency, the community outreach. If appointed, my main goal is to enhance transparency. A lot of the issues that are going on in today's climate when it happens to certain commissions and board establishments, that a lot of individuals on the ground have no idea what's going on in their community, no idea having what's going on within their support they are maybe receiving from the individuals who represent them. I want to make sure that I can apply a rigorous analytical oversight to ensure our programs run safely, efficiently, and within budget for individuals who also work on the committees behind the scenes. Not only making sure that we protect the service members who are looking for veteran insight, but the people who are trusting me with the position to keep them honored. Not trying to make myself seem like I have the most experience that maybe outstands some of the more senior veterans, but I feel like I can bring a proven ability that can build public and private partnership within our advocacy for our at-risk youth, being a younger individual. Also, while having the political science that I gained from University of Michigan, while also experiencing interning with multiple Michigan state representatives, I bring a strong grasp of legislative process, policy drafting, constituent relationships, and critical systems evaluations. And also being a service member and current community leader, I have a lot of frontline leadership experience, managing safety, stress compliance, day-to-day sorting operations, and hands-on experience with KPI tracking, budget administration, cross-functioning, team manager, and strict policy compliance. Now kind of getting all the jitters and everything out of the way, my big thing is I just want to be able to serve my community. I've been a public servant since the day I turned 18 by becoming a service member, and I haven't stopped since then. So thank you guys for your time. And have a
Thank
good day.
you. Next is Jacob Canter. Okay. Daniel Chapman. Okay. Steffan Demetropoulos. I know I blew that one. You can pronounce it.
Yes, hello. Thank you for having me. My name is Steffan Demetropoulos. I appreciate the opportunity for the interview here today for the Veteran Affairs Commission. I was in the Army for 10 years, 5 active, 5 reserves. I served for, I joined when I was 17 years old. I turned 18 in basic training. I'm seeking this appointment because service to veterans didn't end when I took off the uniform. As a combat veteran from Afghanistan, I've experienced firsthand the sacrifices made by service members and their families, and I believe we have an obligation to ensure veterans receive support, resources, and advocacy that they have earned. Today, I'm a husband, a father of 4 children, a construction project manager that's responsible for coordinating people, solving problems, and managing multi-million-dollar taxpayer-funded budgets, and delivering real results. Those experiences have taught me the importance of accountability, communication, and listening, skills that I believe are directly applicable to this commission. Over the last year, I've spent hundreds of hours speaking directly with residents throughout Macomb County. One thing that people often find surprising is that I'm the one answering my phone. I'm returning those phone calls. It's all me. I do that because I believe public service starts with listening. People want to know that someone hears them, understands their concerns, and is willing to help. If appointed, my goal is simple: to help ensure veterans throughout Macomb County know what resources are available to them, identify any gaps in services, and serve as a strong advocate for veterans and their families. I learned something in the Army that has stayed with me throughout my life. The most important person in any organization is often the person who isn't in the room. The veteran struggling in silence, the aging veteran trying to navigate their benefits, the family member looking for help but not knowing where to turn. Those are people I would be thinking about when serving on this commission. I would bring a veteran's perspective, professional leadership experience, and a genuine commitment to serving our veteran community. It would be an honor to serve the veterans of Macomb County and serve my country once again. Thank you for your consideration, and thank you for your service to Macomb County and our veterans.
Thank you. Perchance is Anthony Davis here? No? Okay. Next is Wanda Dudley. Welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Wanda Dudley. I am a U.S. Army veteran of 8 years, 4 active and 4 reserve, trained combat medic. Currently, I'm working on my bachelor's degree in public health, also completed coursework at the state of Michigan nursing home administrator license at the Eli Broad College of Business. I've worked in healthcare for more than 30 years, primarily in administrative roles. The experience I've gained has strengthened my career, my customer service, critical thinking, and organizational skills. My 5-year service as Secretary Treasurer for the ASME Local 2569 gave me practical experience in financial stewardship, accountability, and organizational leadership. My education and professional training have strengthened my understanding of public health, long-term care, and the importance of responsive service for individuals and families who rely on healthcare systems. In my role as admissions coordinator, I practice strong communication every day. You can't tell it right now because I'm really nervous. I practice strong communication every day by building trust, following through on commitments, operating with integrity, and remaining committed to the importance of the work that I do. I am interested in this appointment because it would allow me to continue my service, but in a different capacity. Right now, I serve primarily veterans in the healthcare arena. This would allow me to serve, but in a different capacity. If appointed, my primary goal would be to gain a solid understanding of how the Veterans Affairs Commission functions and what my responsibilities are as a newly appointed board member. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Jeremiah Estes. No. Eric Ferrell. Hi, Eric.
How are we doing? My name's Eric Ferrell. I'm an Air Force veteran. I'm a life member of the DAV, life member of the VSW post. I have a lot of experience in business and management and leadership in the field, boardrooms. But I'm really just happy to say that there's this many people behind me for this position. That was the most important reason why I came, is to make sure somebody's support is for the veterans. Personally, I'm part of the VA health system. Now I'm going through it years after, because I've gotten to the age where things are going wrong physically. And I'm intimately involved in the VA process, the filing of claims, and dealing with the healthcare system at the hospital. It's a unique experience. So it's one that I would like to be able to help people through. Again, there's a lot of people here with a lot of experience and a lot of quality. I'm fortunate enough now to have the position in my life to commit the time that's needed. And so the Tuesdays, I have no problem being here and being present. I've ran charities before. I've ran many business units throughout the country. I was born in Mount Clemens, grew up here. Parents worked at the court. I'm the 5th member in my immediate family that's a veteran, last one. But I just think it's important that we're here for our brothers and sisters. And Steffan had a real great point. The battle has changed, and what's going on now is different than it used to be. And every generation faces new trauma. And a lot of the guys now, they're just not getting the help they need. You know, the guys, the men, the women, we're losing way too many people. And I always tell my son, you know, the best way to make yourself feel better is to help somebody else. So that's why I came in here today. And thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, sir.
You folks take care.
Is Paul Frost here? Darwin Garza? Alyssa Green? Tiffany Holoway? Christopher Justice? Mark Lotson?
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Latson. I'm a proud 26-year active Army War veteran and a proud resident of Macomb County. I have a master's degree in organizational leadership and currently pursuing my Juris Doctorate. I've served in our nation's armed forces since I was 17 years old. One of the greatest lessons my military service taught me is that every mission has a purpose and every person has a purpose. That belief has guided me throughout my military career, my professional career, and the businesses I've built. When I retired, I began to notice something that deeply concerned me. Many veterans struggle to rediscover their purpose after leaving military service. That loss of purpose can contribute to the challenges with employment, education, mental health, and reintegration into civilian life. While those challenges are different for everyone and every veteran, they often begin with the same question: what is my mission now? That is why I want to serve on this commission. If appointed, my goal is to help veterans find their next mission, whether it's connecting them with the meaningful employment they're searching for, expanding educational opportunities, or strengthening programs that help them build successful lives in our community. I want every veteran to know that their service still matters, and so do they. I also bring the education, leadership experience, and commitment to public service necessary to help this commission fulfill its mission. I believe we can continue building a veteran community that others look to as a model for excellence. My vision is simple. When veterans think about where they can build a successful life after service, Macomb County should be the first place that comes to mind. We have the opportunity to create an ecosystem where veterans don't just live, they thrive here. I would be honored to help make that vision a reality. Thank you for your time, thank you for your consideration, and thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you, sir. Terry Marshall. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, commissioners. I thank you for this time today. My name is Terry Marshall. I grew up in Macomb County. I graduated from Henry Ford Second High School in 1980. I currently live in New Baltimore, Michigan. I served in the Army for 8 years active. I'm a Persian Gulf veteran. And I had 7 years after that in the Army Reserves, Military Intelligence Community, and the Individual Ready Reserve. After the military, I got hired in at AT&T. I worked across the street for 15 years. And I culminated my career at AT&T at 100 South Main Street in 2018. It is my mission to, I echo all the things that were said today by my fellow veterans. I don't need to go through my notes. They said it pretty well. But one thing they didn't say is, Macomb County, we need help. The commissioners, the Veterans Affairs, they need help, they need funds, they need money. And I think that we need to draw on our business community. That's what I would like to do. My AT&T colleagues that are still there, Verizon across the companies of Verizon and T-Mobile and all their suppliers. For instance, AT&T is spending $18 billion on the fiber network. I helped build the fiber network in this county. All the nodes, I probably helped provision them. But you know what? That $18 billion that is filtering into our systems, why can't Macomb County let them be the example for the state? Why can't we ask the business community to help us? We can't do it alone. We only have so many dollars, so many monies that are available. So with that said, and echoing what my fellow veterans already said, that is my intent, to bring some type of collaboration conduit from the business community, especially telecommunications, where I know many folks, to help us in Macomb County with our veterans. And the reason I say that is when in March, we had a Berlin Brigade reunion, and all my fellow veterans came in from all over the world, and they're on crutches. They can hardly walk. No one's helping them. So we had a gathering at our end of our 3-day gathering. We sat down and talked about what's available for them, and hopefully, everyone took that home and started some type of Veterans Administrative Affairs or health journey. But that's what I would like to bring. And I thank you for your time today, and I would love to serve the community. And if not, I'll start in New Baltimore like I've already done on my computer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Randall Edward McGeary? McGeechee?
Give yourself a cookie.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, I want to say thank you for the opportunity for me to spill my case to all you wonderful people that sit up here. It's very interesting when I seen that this position was posted online. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, maybe it'll be 1, 2, 5. And then I look online and there's 33 applicants. It's like, well, I don't stand a snowball's chance in anything, but you know what? You're going to hear about who I am, and I am going to sell myself because we have all these fine individuals behind us. Not picking on officers, but don't pick an officer. No. Anyway. But, you know, being a non-commissioned officer in the military was a lot. I have 41 years, 10 months of government service to this wonderful country. 12 and a half of that was in the military. I signed up in my junior year in high school. I had 17. And then 2 weeks out of high school, I was in the Army. Fort Knox, Kentucky in June. Let me tell you, we have nothing for weather compared to what it's like there. Been all around the world, raised a family on next to nothing. But here's the problem. Why is it I've been in Macomb County for over 20 years, and I don't understand the services that's available to me as a veteran? Why is that? And I think I'm gonna go to the next commission meeting, or I'm gonna go to our VA office and find out what they're doing, because I have called personally and asked for assistance, and the answer I got was, look it up online. That was the answer I got. My neighbor recently went to the Veterans Administration office here locally, got no assistance. I'm saying, what? You left out they couldn't answer these questions for you? No, they basically referred him to online. Yes, the answer is online, but not all the answer. And where's our personal approach to helping people? That's what this commission to me is all about. I've read all the statistics. I've looked at the budget from Macomb County. I've pulled it out. I've looked at the veterans budget. Over half of our budget goes for personnel. I just wonder, is there something we could do different? Or as one of the other gentlemen that I'll steal some of his thunder is, we need to get with local businesses. We need to go out and see if they will contribute. Get the word out to the community of what is available for veterans. If I don't know, because I'm on my computer 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I still get up at 6. Thank you, Army. But if I'm on there and a lot of this stuff will just pop up and I'll look at it because I want to follow through and pass the word on to anybody I can. I didn't know until recently a VA visit that they're looking at a regional clinic here in Macomb County. You know, that'd be fantastic if that happens. I didn't know we had something in New Baltimore for veterans that are struggling, housing, medical in New Baltimore. You got to go to Pontiac. We got to do something to get the word out to the veterans. But to go on. So in my lovely 12 and a half years in the Army, I got out of Sergeant First Class in E7 at the working side in the military. I've been to primary non-commissioned officer course, basic non-commissioned officer course, advanced non-commissioned officer course, master gunner school. When I got out, when I was clearing out of the military, I had to drive from Grafenwehr, Germany to Nuremberg to clear right after they finished a gunnery exercise, because I was leading a battalion through a gunnery exercise. And
that's a bunch of tanks that gotta shoot, and they gotta qualify to be able to go to war and kick some butt, which I think we're doing a pretty good job of right now. Then when I got out of the military, lo and behold, there are no programs available for veterans. At that time, I got out in 90. How do I translate the military to civilian life? How do you do that? I just now hear that there are some programs out there. I'd love to see about them because I'm still wondering how you do it. Because once you're in the military, that chain of command is huge. And people in the military or the civilian side to me don't understand it. Even in a job, we have a chair, we have a vice chair, we have all the different members here. There is a chain of command. And we need to follow that chain of command. And I think in doing that, we could get some ideas and using resources available, get that word out to all the veterans in Macomb County. After military, went to work for a cleaning contractor.
Sir, I would ask that you wrap up, please.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought I had 3 hours.
No.
Damn, I told my wife
Times
I'd
30
hold
would
it.
be quite a bit.
But, just overall, after the military, I went to work at the post office. I went to many schools. I am Lean Six Sigma certified. I've got Yellow Belt certified, Green Belt qualified, and that means something when it comes to numbers and knowing how to put together information and get it out to people. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Remember the shirt, that's all I can say.
I like the shirt.
Next is Titus Myers. No. Daniel Odo. Well, I noticed Laura chased that shirt.
I'd say you nailed the last name, so thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, and thank you for the opportunity to interview today.
Is he here?
Well, I've had a chance to listen to the veterans before me. This probably won't be as unique as many of them, and it sounds like a lot of it will be redundant, but I'll continue on. My name is Daniel Odo, and I'm honored to be considered for appointment to the Macomb County Veteran Affairs Commission. I served the United States Army as a non-commissioned officer from 1998 to 2005 as an intensive care nurse with the 948 Forward Surgical Team out of Southfield, Michigan, and was deployed to Canter, Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. The experience gave me firsthand understanding of both the pride that comes with military service and the lasting challenges that many of us veterans experience when we return home. My commitment to veterans did not end with my military service. I was previously a member and served as the Vice Commander of the American Legion Post 326 out of Sterling Heights, where I worked alongside fellow veterans in support of members in the local community. I'm currently a member of the American Legion Post 351, serving Utica and Shelby Township communities. These experiences have allowed me to stay connected to the needs of veterans at the local level and reinforce my desire to continue service. I'm also a founding member, one of 2 founding members of the Jam for Vets project, a Michigan-based nonprofit organization that brings together volunteer musicians across the state to perform at fundraising events benefiting veterans and veteran-focused organizations. It was a rewarding opportunity to combine community involvement with service of those who had worn the uniform. Professionally, I spent more than 25 years leading healthcare organizations in all the positions as Chief Executive Officer for a couple local hospitals, and currently I'm with a large physician practice group. My career has centered around improving access to care, managing complex operations, developing policies, overseeing budgets, and building organizations that serve people effectively and responsibly. With those experiences have prepared me to contribute from a governance and leadership perspective. My greatest qualification is that I understand the veteran experience personally. Like many veterans, I have navigated the VA system, worked through disability claims, and experienced firsthand how complicated it can be to access benefits and services. Those experiences have reinforced my belief that veterans deserve advocates who understand both the system and the people it serves. I guess this is where I kind of go off script here a little bit, and I can't help, when I talk about servicing veterans, can't help notice that veterans typically walk alone in everything we do. And we always feel alone in everything we do. Perfect example is something like this, a public forum, even though these are, job style interview, the majority of us showed up by ourselves. We show up by ourselves every time. And we're always in search of a community of people. And a lot of times we fumble our way through figuring out a website, what's available to us, and a lot of times when, you interact with the community, sometimes even those of us that understand the systems don't understand it fully. So, educating ourselves, not only ourselves, but making sure that veterans just stop walking alone all the time. We're used to, we understand our service, and the majority of the people in this room will tell you that nobody understands family. We don't talk about it with family. We don't really, we understand each other. That's all we have is each other. That's all we've ever had. So we get in a room and talk. While we may be from different branches and different services, we understand each other. So I think there's a personal level to, being part of, a veteran group, whether it's on the commissioners or the American Legion, but it is about that relationship that veterans develop with each other. If appointed, my priorities would be to ensure veterans are aware of benefits available to them, strengthen outreach to understand veterans and their families, improve coordination between county resources and community organizations, and help to ensure that the commission operates with transparency, accountability, and sound stewardship of public resources. I believe every veteran deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, whether they served decades ago or recently returned home. My goal is to use both my military background and my healthcare leadership experience to help the commission make thoughtful decisions and improve the lives of veterans throughout Macomb community. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'd be honored to serve the veterans of Macomb County, and I welcome any questions you may have.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is Jeffrey Mao here? No. Zachary Boguslawski, he's unable to attend, currently serving military duty. Joel Rutherford. Did we jump somebody?
Good afternoon,
Hi, Joel.
everyone. Hello, Committee Chair Haw and Board Chair Sabatini, distinguished county commissioners. I'm Joel Rutherford. I live in Warren.
Who's Miss?
I'm seeking reappointment to the Veteran Service Committee. I think we have an outstanding team. I think we're doing everything that we possibly can as volunteers to basically let veterans know what's available. Believe me, I've heard what the other veterans have said. We just had a meeting today, and one of the things that we talked about is increasing our outreach. We know that we need to do a better job with that, and that's something that we've been working on. It's one thing that for me, like right before Memorial Day, I was invited to an adult daycare down on 9 Mile in Warren. And I was able to speak to a number of veterans there that really just weren't aware. And it's just because of their living situations. We have an outstanding committee of volunteers, but even more so, an outstanding group of veteran service officers that are led by Chief Veteran Service Officer Laura Rios, I'm sorry, excuse me, you should be throwing things at me. But you know, the good thing about it is that we've been able to do so much in the 6 years that I've been there. We've been able to help veterans to avoid foreclosure, to avoid eviction, to avoid their lights being cut off, their gas being cut off. Those are emergent needs that we're very, very aware of. In fact, we even do things in between our meetings. If we get emails or phone calls and say, hey, there's a veteran in trouble, they're going to get kicked out of their apartment, we do what we need to do to keep them in there. But the other thing I want the commissioners to understand, we're always cognizant that that's taxpayer money. We're always aware of the fact that it's not our money to waste. We have to be good stewards of that. That's why I hope all the veterans that are in here and all of you will help us support the millage that's coming up for the Veterans Millage. We have to have that money so we can continue. Because the fact of it is with over 40,000 veterans in Macomb County, there's a lot of need. And for the veterans that come to me and say, you know, Joel, I really don't need anything, I'm good. I tell them this, if you're entitled to VA and if you can get disability, take the money and donate it. Help another veteran. If you're good, that's great. And I'm always glad to hear that. But help other people. Because I can tell you, from the 6 years I've been there, we have veterans living off $1,000 a month. Now think about that. Sure, they may have, you know, housing that's subsidized and other things, but just the actual living is so difficult. We've even had to tell a veteran we weren't able to fix their car because they couldn't afford car insurance. And it's something that, you know, that breaks my heart because I'm retired active duty Air Force. I spent 20 years, another 18 years Department of Defense. You know, I lost more people that I knew from suicide than it did from combat. A good friend of mine just recently took his life just over a year ago. And those are the kind of things that put into focus what we're all about. So I ask for your support so that I can continue doing this work. And it's not just me. We have a great team. And I thank all the veterans that are here. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Daniel Odo? No? I'll take care of him later. I thought you were up there. Richard Douglas Schaefer? Welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm going to take a little different tact here. Apparently, I could have withdrawn online, but out of respect for all of you, I decided to show up and present myself and let you know I'd like to withdraw my application. I did recently attend one of the commission's meetings, and I now have a better understanding of what they're doing. And I do feel that Mr. Rutherford, who I had the good fortune to speak with and meet at that meeting, I think he would be best served to be reappointed for that position at this time in Macomb County. While I have a heart to serve veterans, I believe Mr. Rutherford would be the best candidate, and I respectfully withdraw from consideration. Thank you.
Well, thank you for showing up, sir.
Yes, sir.
David Spear?
You have a letter of recommendation that.
Yes, sir, we have all letters, applications, and resumes.
I'm just looking behind me and seeing that we're really going to make your job difficult, which is a good thing. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Spihar. I recently retired as an Air Force colonel, and Macomb is my home since 2000, coming off of active duty. This is where my wife and I chose to put down roots. It's where we raised our 4 children. So when I say I want to serve on this commission, please know that this is really personal. I want to help my fellow vets. It's a family. No matter what branch of service you're in, when I was hearing the other gentleman saying that everybody cuts on officers, my dad's side of the family, all of them were enlisted. I was the only person to get a college education, the only one to go the officer route. So I've heard it my entire career. But the great thing is, what I've learned about this county is they love its service members. You cannot go anywhere without somebody buying your lunch, buying your dinner. If you're in a uniform or you wore a veteran's hat, somebody is taking care of you or saying thanks. So for 33 years, I had the distinct pleasure of wearing our nation's uniform, commanding troops at home station, and more importantly, while deployed in combat. Ultimately, I got to serve as the second in command of Selfridge Air National Guard Base, which is the largest and most complex Air National Guard base in the country. This county and the base is woven into the fabric of who I am. And I know what it means to lead when the stakes are high, and when I know what it takes, the strength to execute that mission. But I think more importantly, it's just as important to maintain the compassion and the empathy for the humans that are in our ranks and the families of those service members. As I stand before you today, I may not look like it, or maybe I do, but I'm a 100% disabled veteran. For me, I got to experience the 2-time frequent flyer message for cancer and all its related fun secondary activities that continue to this day. But because of that, I don't just understand the challenges that our veterans face from reading about it on a briefing slide. As many of our veterans here do, they know about it because they go through the system. I have the ongoing opportunity to live it every day. I know exactly what it means to navigate the complex, often overwhelming labyrinth of VA forms to get any sort of service, whether it's health or education or training. I've hit the roadblocks, I've faced the administrative delays, and personally had to work through the results in that system. As somebody else said, we tend to want to do these things alone. Through my journey, I realized something very vital. The VA is very well intended, very well intended. It's filled with good, hardworking people who generally want to help. What veterans need is structural leadership, navigation, and advocacy from the local level, and that's what this commission does. So my career has prepared me specifically for this type of structural oversight. During my time at Selfridge, I poured myself into community relations, veterans outreach, from the base air shows, making sure that all services are represented, that the VA is there, to founding an annual Running of the Hogs 5K run that directly supports local military families that are in need. And then to provide oversight and direction for the VA visiting all of the yellow ribbon events that our military service members have to attend before and after deployment. I know how to build trust. I know how to evaluate program efficacy and to hold organizations accountable to the people that they serve. And there's nothing more important to me than mentoring, guiding, and lifting up others. I truly mean that. Since completing my military service this past December, I've been looking for the right avenue to bring that dedication to my community back to you. So I'm not seeking a position for a title, and never have. I'm seeking it for purpose. And right now, if you watch the news, you know that our troops over in Selfridge right now are in harm's way. Not only are they in harm's way, but all those other people that are deployed from around the world are there in that situation. So they're going to need strong local support when they return. Is if they stay on military, or especially our National Guard and Reserve, they transition back to their civilian life, they will be eligible for veterans benefits. And that's something very important that they're available to get, and have somebody help walk them through that. If appointed, I promise I'll be a strong operational and strategic leader for this commission, working hand in hand under guidance, vision, and the oversight of the Board of Commissioners here today. And together, I think we can ensure that the department has leadership, the resources, and the director it needs to deliver to our veterans. My vision, as I see it, is when a Macomb County veteran reaches out for help, they find an open door, a clear path, and a commission dedicated to fight for them, and don't leave those benefits on the table. Too many people do it. And again, commissioners, I think you have a very, very difficult problem on your hands, because what a talented group of people here. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Next is Andrew Springer.
You only had 30-plus years of television to recognize that last name, so.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Did I hear Jerry? That's $5 from you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, before I address you, I'd like to address a gentleman in the back, Mr. Biddle. The Marine Corps community is very small, but even smaller than that is Marines that have served on what's called inspector instructor duty. And in my travels since making that last about face, I have not come across anyone who has served that duty. Admittedly, I was nervously scribbling in my notebook back there as kind of like a safety blanket. And then I heard a few things that he said. One of them was instructing reservists, and the other one was funeral detail. And that kind of struck a chord with me. And saved you guys a bunch of time. Essentially, I'm bringing you three things today. I'm bringing you a lesson that I learned, a problem that I see, and a solution that I have. The lesson that I learned is a principle known as the fighter-leader concept. This is doctrine taught among the Marine Corps infantry, which insists that a leader must not only be technically and tactically proficient, but they must insert themselves at that point of friction in order to be an asset to their people. What do I mean by that? I mean, you need to do the jobs that you expect your people to do. Okay, that's our lesson. As a post-9/11 veteran, just a few days over 30, there's a big problem in the young veteran community. That is veterans not being aware of not only the benefits that they have at the federal level, but more importantly, at the community level. In absence of service and in absence of direction comes a vacuum, and that vacuum can easily be filled by a number of different things, chief among them being claim sharks, as well as fraudulent and predatory claim representation behaviors. I serve with Disabled American Veterans as a National Service Officer. I've been in this position for 3 years, and through that position, I am fortunate enough to help represent veterans and their families in achieving their benefits through the Department of Veterans Affairs. I have firsthand experienced this vacuum. I found this an advertisement for this position online. You know, you also find online advertisements for vets.ai or guaranteed100%.com, right? These are all fraudulent practices. Our veterans need to be aware not only that these practices exist, but that there is a strong community foundation beginning at the local level to support them and help them achieve that final about face and successfully make that transition back into civilian life. We presented a lesson, a problem, now the solution. The solution is aggressive community outreach. People that are my age, people that served after 9/11 are just not aware of what benefits are available to them. I am fortunate enough to have a strong foundation that I have earned through my service, and that is going to take care of my wife, that is going to take care of my children, that is going to take care of my children's children, right? It's not generational wealth, but it certainly is a strong foundation to build off of. Through aggressive community outreach, utilizing a position like this, we can meet veterans where they are, and we can help them make that final about face and transition into not only effective civilians, but productive members of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and to Mr. Biddle, Semper Fi.
Thank you. Next is Timothy Stolowski. Welcome.
Sorry for getting up earlier. I couldn't hear well. I've got a disability.
It's going to
and
be
I
a
work
tough
through
act
the
to
VA
follow.
To try to work with them. I've got a 10% disability, and I've been through the VA system. I've worked real hard to actually get somebody fired from the VA for their lack of help. They were abusive and miserable. We need everybody who's in a position of authority with the VA to get two things: the word out to all of our veterans, what is available to them, and to make sure, as much as we can, that we have qualified and dedicated people helping veterans. We were out there risking our lives, and now we've got GS whatevers abusing us when we try to get a little bit of help. I know you're not going to hire me. You've got a lot of great people out here. And I admire many of them for doing what they've done. They've done more than I did. You saw my resume, that's why you asked me here. And thank you, I got to put on a suit without going to a funeral. I appreciate being here and hearing what a lot of these folks are doing. And I want them to keep it up because we as veterans need all the help we can. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next is Robert White. Well, that concludes my list. Is there anybody here that wishes to speak on the application process that I have missed? That's almost impossible, but thank you for your patience. I need a motion. I want to thank all applicants. We heard a lot of issues. We heard a lot of discussion. Laura, I appreciate you chasing people out the door to educate them. So I need a motion to refer this to full board. We will be voting on this Thursday. I have a motion by Commissioner Ono, supported by Commissioner Groh. All in favor to refer to full board, please vote. Did we do that? I don't think so.
Nobody else can do it. Motion passes 12-0.
Until I give this to Phil next year. Next item is Older Adult Advisory Committee Board Chair appointment, one vacancy, remainder of 2-year term. beginning July 23rd, 2026 through December 31st, 2027. We have one candidate at large, Deborah Ross, will not be attending, so I need a motion to refer that to full board.
Zinner will make the motion.
I have a motion by
Zinner.
Commissioner Zinner, supported by Commissioner Perna. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item is vacant land purchase agreement, Southeast Michigan Land Holding LLC by its authorized agent, Cusimano Lombardo, parcel ID 150908-326-07, vacant, Bertrand Drive, $50,000, and Molly's here. I need a motion to refer to full board.
Motion.
A motion by Commissioner Wallace, supported by Commissioner Romano. Molly, it's all yours.
Okay, yes, good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm not sure what history's been provided, but just a brief history. We received this plot of land that I provided pictures for. In the early 1970s, it was dedicated to the Road Commission to continue the development, further development of the property. That never happened. The builder stopped building, and they never put the road, or built the road actually, in a position where we could be utilizing it to sell other land. Lombardo Homes owns each side of the vacant strip of land that we have. They're looking to purchase it at fair market value. We've had an appraisal done, which came in at $50,000 to be able to develop that and provide homes in that area. I think they're going to look at 2 homes. In regards to the purchase, I've provided the purchase agreement. It's $50,000 cash, quick claim deed. There's no warranties or assurances provided to Lombardo. And I provided basic pictures of the area. Do you guys have any questions in regards to the parcel in question?
Seeing no speakers, Chair Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
You said there was an appraisal done on
There
this
was,
parcel. Okay,
yes.
could you share that with us just so we can review it? I don't have an issue with the item. I'd just like to see the appraisal.
Yes, just as a note of the appraisal, I will send that through the system. The township, to increase the value of the property, in my opinion, said it was a buildable lot, but as you note from the pictures as well as the schematics, it's a very thin parcel of land in between 2 larger parcels. So really, in essence, in my experience, I don't think it would be a marketable piece in terms of the width versus the length to build something on. But that did give an increase in the price. So I will share that with you for sure.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions or?
Seeing no other questions, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you, Molly.
Okay, thank you.
Next item is budget amendment, Executive's Office, Countywide Road Cleanup Deer Program. Need a motion to refer 8B and 8C to full board. I have a motion by Commissioner Bueno, supported by Commissioner Howard. Welcome, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, and thank you.
We're going to
Chair.
talk on the deer program.
We're going to talk on the DEER program. So as
Okay,
you
it's
remember,
all yours.
thank you very much. As you remember, several months ago, I came before the board and I presented what our plan was to pick up dead animals moving forward here in the county of Macomb. We have not had a structured plan to do that in the past, and as you all know, we have been receiving a lot of concerned citizen calls on dead deer and other animals within the roadway. We created an opportunity so we can dispatch that work and we can have that work handled. And then we sent out an RFP and we got 3 responses on that RFP for the removal of the dead animals from our roadways here within the county of Macomb. All of the information has been provided to you. We did have our assistant purchasing manager at the Department of Roads follow up with the 3 bidders to get some additional information from them. They actually recommended, and we are choosing the contractor that we had been using previously to do this work, which is Respectful Removal. We've had extremely good success with them. They are very responsive, very attentive.
overly at times. We are asking for $100,000 for that work for a year. And the contract proposal is for a year with 2 extensions of a year each. So you see there's a $300,000 not to exceed over the course of those 3 years. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you. Commissioner Lucido.
Thank you, Chair. So they're just gonna be picking up deer, no other dead animals?
Yeah, you know, Commissioner Lucido, that's a great question and I appreciate it. We are focusing on deer. Now, if there are other large animals that are in the roadway and are an impediment, we can dispatch for that. But usually our Department of Roads handles that anyway. But, you know, we would take those on an as-come basis.
Okay.
But again, it would be the not to exceed that piece, but we're focused on deer.
And then my second question is, approximately, like, do you have any idea how many dead deer are on the roadways every year?
I appreciate that question. I can't give you a number right here as I stand, but I can give you a number of deer that we've removed since last August.
Okay.
And I'd be more than happy to provide that after
That'd
the
be
meeting.
great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you for the questions.
Commissioner Howard.
She asked my question. The other one I was wondering is what happens to the deer afterwards, but we can save it for later unless you want to answer that.
Yeah, Commissioner, I appreciate that. You know, I wish that I could say that we.
Especially at Kroger's.
To be honest, I lived in Georgia for 10 years. Sometimes
Let's move on.
They would do that. So
I appreciate. I think Corp Counsel's still here, Commissioner. So if Kroger calls, I'm sending them your way.
Yeah, that was
we just found it. Pine Tree. Thank you.
Yes, it's Pine Tree Acres.
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
You're not going to ask that question, are you, Barb? Okay, you're next.
Yes, thank you so much. You said the road department, which you and I have talked about before. So the road department is going to pick up other large carcasses. Do they know that? I
Yes.
just want to be sure.
So it becomes an impediment in the right of way. So whether it's an
understand.
animal or a tree or a barrel, you know, whatever that might be, the road department clears our right of way in our roads, and they would take care of it.
So who are we supposed to call? Are we calling a certain person, a certain number?
So what we'll do is
You
it'll
can
be the
see
same.
my point.
I completely agree with you. It'll be the same way that we process the deer. We'll have different departments, and what we have done so far is we've listed Public Works, County Commission, Executive, Animal Control, Sheriff. Roads. I'm certain I'm going to leave somebody off. But they have authorization to work in that computer program to dispatch that work, and that would run through that Department of Roads contract.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chair.
Commissioner Goike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I almost hit a deer on the way here. It was a close one. It's like, wow, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Is there enough room in the contract? While working on our solid waste plan, we're also working on about a composting issue, and that quite possibly, you know, that it's going to be set up so that we can put the roadkill in there. So if that might be a savings by utilizing that, is that into it? It is?
Defer to
Okay.
JP on that, because I think that's more of a JP question.
No.
It's also my favorite thing to do is defer to JP.
You're going to start the timer, Commissioner Romano? Yeah, Commissioner Goike, undoubtedly, if there's an opportunity to work not only with any of the waste operators with regards to integrating organic material into compost, we'll explore all of that. The decomposition issue, I think, is the bigger thing. I think we are absolutely thrilled with how forthright and how responsive WM has been, and they've been a willing participant in assisting us with regards to disposal and meeting all state standards.
Thank you. I know this has been an ongoing issue in our state for quite some time because, you know, in my humble opinion, it's the state should be responsible for the deer because that's they make it very well clear when you're paying for licenses and everything. And I really tried hard in my past, elected position to get them to be doing it, but it's coming down to us at the local control, so.
I completely agree with you, Commissioner, and I appreciate that. But let's take care of the issue that we have here. And I think we are doing that collectively together, and I greatly appreciate the working together on this so far. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I can confirm that Commissioner Goike tried very hard to get the state to do this. Commissioner Romano.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Andy.
Hey, Commissioner.
Andy, was this
at 100 or 150 bucks a pop, was this even animal control interested at all in doing this?
No, and it's not something that we have the capacity for at Animal Control to really take care of the entire county. We've got a limited number of staff over at Animal Control, so this really is a much more, I guess, efficient way to handle this issue. In order to have even one deputy a couple of days a week going around the whole county and doing this, I think it would be much more expensive.
Am I correct in that you stated you needed $100,000? Does that sound about right?
Not to exceed $100,000 annually, yes.
So my question is, and I'm not putting you on the spot, you knew you were coming down here, you're asking for 100,000, somebody asked the question, how many deer normally is there in a year, and you can't answer that question.
No, I can't answer that
Is
question.
it 10? Is it 200? I don't understand. How could you ask for $100,000 when you don't know how many deer you're gonna have to pick up?
Commissioner, I appreciate the question. So the answer is I don't have that number. And what I can also tell you is that the number of deer per year varies without question. The number of deer that are reported varies without question. I cannot tell you the number of deer that are hit. Commissioner Goike almost hit one on the way here. I wouldn't have known that immediately, right? And I won't know it if somebody doesn't report it. Sometimes people hit deer and they limp off into the woods and die. So I can't tell you the number of deer that have died. I can tell you the number that we have picked up over time. I focused more on the money that we spent so far, and I didn't break it down to the individual animals, so I apologize for that.
It sounds like an if-come to me. That's my personal opinion. It's an if-come for $100,000. I'd sure like to know how many deer we're gonna pick up. If it's
Well,
200.
no, it's not.
Excuse me, I think this gentleman I'm speaking to here, go ahead.
I apologize. There's a per deer fee, so it's not to exceed $100,000. At the spend that we're at right now, we would not exceed that $100,000. It is a not to exceed, and it is a per deer fee. That's what I'm asking for.
JP, you want to answer that, or the back, or, no, that's right. That's all right, that's all I got. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Andy, walk me through the technicalities of this. So I'm John Smith driving down the street and I see the dead deer. What do I do?
Yeah.
I go online. How does that all work?
Thank you, Commissioner, and that's a great question. So when I had presented before, and I don't know that everybody was here, so I'm not going back to that for a particular reason. What would happen is they would call one of our numbers, and I listed those departments. In those departments, we will have individuals trained because we've already created an app for them to log in. They're going to log in the information because what's nice with what we have done as a county together, again, is we have created these GIS systems that when our employees input where this animal is, it will tell them city road, county road, state road. And then we can go through that and say who is responsible for that particular which jurisdiction is responsible. And either we will dispatch it through hitting a button and it'll go to ours, or we will share with them that this is a state item and it needs to go to the the State Department of Roads. So it's those types of things. So that's how it'll operate. We had toyed with, if I may, just take a little more time, and I'm sorry. We had toyed with the idea of allowing for the public to do that themselves. My concern is that when they can't click a smaller animal necessarily, they'll just click deer and then we'll be out there looking for deer, not for finding them, and that would come with a fee as well. So
Understood.
I like this management a little bit better with our own employees.
Fair enough. Thank you. And then I guess my last question would be, what determines timeline for pickup? You know, like there's the two different rates. What would determine whether one is picked up within the 3 hours or one is picked up within the 24 hours?
I anticipated a question on the emergency nature. So to date, since August of 2025, we've had one emergency call out, and that one was because it was a deer that was deceased in front of an elementary school, and the youth were about to be let out.
Sure.
So we had that dispatched very quickly. So it's not often. That is one number that I do know, Commissioner, is one deer was emergency pickup. So
That means it's cheaper, Commissioner Romano. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. On second round, Commissioner Howard.
I totally get, because I remember the chart and the explanation and the app and everything. I'm just thinking from a resident perspective, we deal with it when it comes to like road problems. Like, who do I have to call? Is it the county? Is it the state? Is it the city? And it's so frustrating for residents. And so, suggestion. I don't know how many deer, what cities. I mean, Macomb Township probably has more deer than East Point. But working with the cities so that if instead of us having to play phone tag on, oh, this is a city deer, you got to go call them, are we the ones making the call on behalf of the residents, or does the resident have to make that phone call to the local municipality?
We generally ask the resident to make that phone call, but when it pops up, we give them that contact information.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't really love that because it is now having a resident have to make another phone call or reach out to somebody else instead of, us finding a way to communicate that. I don't know if we can just email or contact their Department of Public Works or whatever department would handle that. It will be frustrating for residents because they already deal with this with other roads. And I don't know if it makes sense, but if we do intergovernmental agreements on different projects, if we could do something like that and maybe make money off of picking up deer for Warren or Roseville or Macomb Township, just thoughts for the future. And,
Sure.
Because residents get really frustrated when they call us and then we have to say, go call them or go call them. It gets really frustrating. So thank you so much.
thank you, Commissioner, very much.
Seeing no further speakers, please vote.
Commissioner Lucido, oh, she stepped away. Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you very much.
Next item is public participation for those with disabilities. I need a motion to refer this to full board.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Kraft, supported by Commissioner Wallace. Crystal's going to explain this to us.
Yes, this policy was recommended by Corporation Council that the board formally adopt. They did approve the draft that's before you today. If you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to take those and get those answered from them and get them back to you.
I see no speakers. Motion to refer to full board has been made and seconded. Please vote.
Commissioner
Lucido, yes.
and Commissioner Perna stepped away. Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you. Good job, Crystal. Next item is resolution 2026-15495. Resolution approving ballot language for the Macomb County Veterans Millage to appear on a November 3rd, 2026 ballot. Laura will speak to this. I need a motion to refer to full board.
So moved.
A motion by Commissioner Howard, supported by Commissioner Kraft. It's all yours, Laura.
Actually, I spoke last month on this. I brought you all the documents and the supporting documents. I did not bring those back today because I spoke about it last month, but basically it's a renewal of our millage, and it should generate enough income for our operating expenses. Any questions? It's a 4-year renewal.
Seeing no questions, please vote. We should make it clear that we're approving the language to go onto the ballot. We are not approving the individual item. Next
Commissioner
item is,
the system didn't receive your vote.
Ooh.
Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you. Resolution 2026-15747, a resolution to authorize Macomb County to intervene in proceedings before the Public Service Commission regarding proposed rate increase by DTE Electric Company. I need a motion to refer to full board. Motion by Commissioner Howard, supported by Commissioner Kraft. Chair, would you like to speak to this?
I would. Thank you, Chair. So Commissioners, it's been brought forth to you. This is something that I'd spoken to Oakland County. They passed a similar resolution in regards to DTE. Obviously, we've been hearing about DTE a lot in the paper in regards to their proposed rate increases. This is an opportunity for us to work with our surrounding counties relative to these price increases. We did discuss this with Corporation Council. I know John Shapka's in the audience, so he's here as well if you have any questions for him specifically for this. I have reached out as well to Wayne County. Haven't heard back from them yet, but this is something where Corporation Counsel can then refer this to an attorney that's already working with Oakland County relative to also representing Macomb County. So that being said, I think everything's pretty clear here in the resolution, and if there's any questions that I can answer or that John can answer, here to do so.
Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 10-0 with Commissioner Zinner voting no.
Thank you. Next is items related to Macomb County Public Transportation Millage. I need a motion to recommend the full board 10A through 10C.
So
Motion to recommend.
Motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Howard. 10A, Resolution 2026-15571, a resolution approving ballot language for a Macomb County public transportation millage to appear on the November 3rd ballot. Item B, Master Service Agreement between Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation in the County of Macomb. Item C, Resolution 2026-15750, a resolution approving the transportation service millage levy sharing agreements. Anybody wish to speak on this? Seeing none?
I'm on there, Chair.
I can't get this thing off. Chair Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. I know we've been talking about this item for, 2 years now, JP, something like that. So this has been a long collective issue that we've been working with SMART about. Kudos to JP, Corp Counsel, our team, all our local elects have been part of this. We've been talking to a lot of people, and this is the proposal that's been brought in front of us. Obviously, it's our job to make a decision if we want to put this on the ballot. We've also incorporated 2 other additional agreements as part of this deal with SMART, one being a master service agreement between us and SMART, which is attached and signed by them, and then also a local interlocal agreement with our locals, giving them the right to decide what they want to do with their 12.5% of their millage portion. So whether they want to return it to SMART, whether they want to use it on specific items relative to what's in the agreement specific to transit services. These have been long, detailed discussions, and JP, if you want to add any context to this, I know you've spoken in the past, but this has been honestly one of the things I think we should be really, really proud of. We've changed the context on this millage. We did something that was, out of the box, and it didn't happen just with one person. It was a collective effort. So, JP, if you want to say anything, I'll defer to you.
Commissioner Sabatini, thank you so much, and members of the Board of Commissioners, I want to thank you not only for the conversation last month, but for the engagement from a number of representatives.
Could you pull that microphone up? We can't.
From a number of representatives on this board. I think what we have here is a collective effort to put our community-driven transit solutions first. It gives us the ability to ensure that SMART as a service provider to this community is in tune to the needs of all our transit riders, and it gives us an opportunity to deploy the most modern services. I love the accountability on this. I love the fact that this was a force of the collective, and most importantly, on behalf of myself and Sheila Cote, who is a representative of the SMART Board of Directors, I believe this agency is as responsive as it has ever been in my service to that board. So I really want to thank everyone for your thoughtfulness on this. And again, as I wear a number of hats as I'm standing here as a representative of SMART, I very much also want to thank the board for considering this as a legislative action. Thank you.
JP, I would just like to add, your leadership has been extremely important in this issue, as well as the SMART leadership. This is an example of a collaborative effort between county and the local municipalities to accomplish a really first-of-its-kind deal in public transportation. So thank you for all your efforts.
Thank you, Commissioner.
With that, please vote.
Motion passes 11-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is proclamations. I need a motion to full board for proclamations 11A through 11C.
So, or support.
A motion by Commissioner Goike, supported by Commissioner Howard. First is a proclamation recognizing July as Pastor Appreciation Month in Macomb County. Second is a proclamation celebrating the Richmond High School Trap Team State Championship, supported by Commissioner Goike. Next is a proclamation honoring the Armada High School softball team as the 2026 Michigan High School Athletic Association Division II State Champions, supported by Commissioner Goike. Would you like to speak on these or wait until full board?
Full board.
Good.
Full board.
Chair, you as well? Seeing no discussion, please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next is Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners Resolution 26-121, a resolution allocating $500,000 of Washtenaw County's undesignated allocation to Planned Parenthood of Michigan. I need a motion to refer to full board.
So moved.
I have a motion, support. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
I don't even know why we want that. Why do we want that?
Commissioner Lucido, yes.
Motion passes 10-2 with Commissioners Goike and Zinner voting no.
Thank you. It is really with great pleasure that I'm happy to turn the gavel over to Health and
See how
Human
good she
Services
is.
Chair, Commissioner Lucido, and my kidneys, thank you.
Finally, my turn. I didn't think you were ever going to stop talking over there.
It's all yours.
So I will open the Health and Human Service Committee meeting, starting out with number 14, which is presentations. Can I get a motion to receive and file 14A and B?
Zinner motions.
Motion by Zinner, supported by Howard. Thank you. Kevin, hi, how are you today?
Outstanding, Chair, thank you. In respect to the Commissioner's time, my presentation is standard and unimaginative. So you have the numbers presented here. I'll be brief. We still stay above average on our census. Our 4-star still stays intact. Our money after 6 months remains in line in terms of expenses. I'll go over this next at our next meeting, because I'm meeting next month with all of you regarding the impact that we have in the community. Our elevator project is proceeding. We do not have the drawings done up yet for the HVAC systems, which we expect probably in 2 months. After that, the RFPs will come up, I do recommend we'll have more conversation about the potential about having the 0.1 mil millage in for next year, or for put in place to help fund the rest of it. But we'll talk about that at the next meeting. I want to invite you to our car show this Sunday, and also put on your calendar the Foundation Awards dinner, October 15th. I'd love to have you there as our guest. You're welcome, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Romano.
Let's see here. Nope, see no questions.
I see you have a lot more to do, so I thought
think
it would
we're
be
all
brief.
set. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. We
Thanks, Chair.
appreciate you
Blessings
coming
to you.
out. And now I will invite Laura up here to present the second quarter report.
Like his, this is uneventful. So I'm reporting basically our year-to-date. It's been the end of the second quarter, so that would be the end of June. And these are our figures that we track for you to kind of let you know how we're doing, are kind of like a point in time. Some other things that I wanted to bring up was a couple of our applicants mentioned outreaches. So I do my best to do a lot of outreaches and go in the community and do a lot of speaking engagements. I don't usually create them. I'm usually invited to them so I can speak to the people at the UAW, the people at a nursing home, the people at, a Polish Century Club. That's my goal. If I'm invited and I can't go, I find one of my other 15 staff members to go. And usually somebody can go, unless it's only a one-day notice, and that's usually hard to do. But I do my diligence on doing a lot of outreach in the community. Some things that most of our applicants don't know is really what we do. In the transportation, the numbers for our transportation to the VA, our numbers to financial coaching to help veterans get where they need to be, where they're at to where they need to be. So that's all free of charge, and that's in line. She doesn't sell anything, so she's a member of our staff. Right now is in the middle of our campaign with our, as I call it, our MVAA grant, which is on social media. And that's going from April through September. And then we're also in the middle of our Tigers buy that is streaming with the Tigers. So lastly, I wrote some notes from our applicants. Where was this? I wanted to bring up. Did I bring it up? So one thing that everybody had a good theme of, which when I went to speak to the person that, brought up some complaints, I went outside to speak to him, and they were more than 10 years ago. So I'm like, okay, well, come talk to me. I want to talk to you. Nobody in my office has ever been trained to just go look online. So I really want to get to the root of that. And when anybody's disgruntled, I want to educate them, and I want to clear the air that, this is what we do here. A lot of folks come to our office for legal services. We don't provide legal services, so we do refer them to our Lakeshore Legal Aid or our Legal Aid Defender contracts. But my biggest thing I want to let everybody know is, like you all know, because you see me all the time, is veterans don't have to do it alone. They want to be alone, but they don't have to do the whole process alone, whether it's going through healthcare, register for healthcare, or through the claims process. So this is just a snapshot in time of, what we're doing, how much money we're bringing back into the community, how many burials we're doing, and so forth. Any questions?
Thank you, Laura. We do have a couple. Commissioner Ha.
Thank you, Chair. Laura, we know you're doing a phenomenal job, you and your team.
Mm-hmm.
The theme from what we were hearing, at least me, from the veterans was, I don't know what I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this for years now, how to get that message out. If we have a group, and I don't look at them as complaints as much as concerns, that they're saying, I don't know, somehow, there has to be a new technique, there has to be a different way to get that message. When you have 20 or 30 applicants saying, I don't know what I don't know, we're gonna have to look at something. I know you've talked about this for years, you've used different technologies, you've used different methods, but these are the people, the individuals that need those services that are saying, I don't know what I don't know. So I'm asking the next time we get together for some additional creative thoughts on your part.
I'll work on that.
No, you can't speak. Thank you.
Commissioner Romano.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Laura. You know, I echo what Commissioner Hawes says. You do a good job. I think we've been through this a couple of times. I've referred people to Laura and honestly have nothing but good things to say. But something struck me as my pet peeve. You know, some of these veterans are not recent veterans. They're veterans, been around for a long, and it just struck a bad chord with me when I heard you have to, yeah, it's all there, just go online. Well, damn it, I don't want to go online. I want to talk to a live person and have him solve my problem. So my statement to you would be, if at all possible, that you talk to your employees and say, hey, quit using the line to put these people to say, go online, it's there. Tell them to come on and explain it to them or help them along, because a lot of these veterans don't know how to go online. And for you to tell them to go online, it's just frustrating, and they say, the hell with it, I'm not going to do it, I ain't going to do this stuff. Just a statement to you, that's all I got. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Romano. Commissioner Howard.
Hey, if I understood your earlier comments that the go online comment was a complaint that was received from 10 years ago and not anything
Well, when I
recent?
chatted with him, he said, when he came, I said, so when did you call? I want to know, was this last week? Because I have a new employee that's up front, and I want to make sure that this new employee is educated. And I would say I have never, in the 13, well, now it's 17 years in my office, have I ever heard anybody say, just go online?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. And I mean, I got a small office, but I'm not everywhere. But I do want to address that just in case. And I do have a staff meeting coming up in August, and I am going to address that. That's something that we just don't want to ever tell anybody. Our goal, and I would say 90% of the people in my office, we want to get them in our office. We want to have that conversation one-on-one. We want to have that hour conversation, because they're coming in for one thing, and I'm going to apply for something else because they didn't even know they were entitled to it.
I mean, I feel like I say this every time you come in front of us. I think you do a fabulous job. Every veteran that I've referred to reach out to you guys has responded back to me and said they helped me with exactly what I needed, whether they're a recent veteran or someone that left services 20 years ago. Everybody has said that I know of has definitely sung you guys' praises. When I first got involved in this role, the first two calls I got was, one, know who Miss Laura Rios is, because she does invaluable work. And the second call I got was from a veteran that was about to be homeless. And he reached out to you guys and some other partners in Macomb County and now is in stable housing and receiving the services that he needs. So I will thank you every time for the work that you do and your service. It's always weird sitting in this seat in front of all these veterans who have a lifelong. The service that was in this room today is unimaginable. So just want to thank you for your service and your help. And I would love, if it makes sense, maybe in November we plan an outreach together to help in South Macomb on how we can get more outreach to the veterans down there. I have no issue with that. So if that can be helpful, love to do
No
it.
problem.
Thank you so much.
Whatsoever.
Commissioner Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. Lord, just one quick note here, just in your report, I noticed the year-to-date numbers match Q2, so I don't think Q1 numbers are in that year-to-date column. If you could take a look at that and update that and send it back to us, that'd be great. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Zerner, did you have something?
I was just going to echo what Commissioner Howard said, so I said, well, I don't need to do it.
Okay. And I see no other speakers, but Laura, I do want to thank you. And I do agree with Commissioner Howard also. Like, I know you put a lot of time and effort into coming up with creative ways to try to get the information out there that your department exists. That's why we're advertising at the Tiger Games and things like that. So I do.
And direct mailer.
Right.
I mean, over the last 6 years, I've been very fortunate enough to get a lot of money for grants for advertising. And I've taken your input on, hey, let's try direct mailer. Let's try this. Let's try, the freebie paper.
Yes.
Freebie paper doesn't go everywhere, though. But even I asked that individual, did he get one of our direct mailers a few years ago? And he said no. Well, I don't have a list of every veteran that lives in our community.
Right.
The only way I have your name and address is once you walk into my door and I enter you into my little note-taking database. But the VA does not provide me that list. So when that's right, I mean.
Yeah,
that's the
I've
creative-
only
that's
I've
the
only heard,
creative way to answer your questions, you know.
I've
I wish
pretty
I
much
had
only
it.
heard positive feedback from your office also. With people that I've referred to, same thing. It's always positive. They always get they think your staff is wonderful there, so I don't have any complaints, so
Well,
thank
let
you.
me keep on working. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Can we please vote?
Commissioner Perna? Motion passes 12-0.
Okay, we're moving down to Health and Human Service Committee Department recommendations, and we have items A and B, a budget amendment for Office of Senior Services, home delivered meals, and a contract with Tri-Community Meals, LLC Senior Nutrition Production Kitchen. Can I get a motion to recommend a full board, 15A and B?
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Haas, supported by Commissioner Brott. And we have Sheila here to talk about this.
Yes. Good afternoon, Commissioners. What you have before you is a request for a budget amendment for the Office of Senior Services in the amount of $187,306. This is additional funding that we get through Ageways often at the end of the fiscal year. They come to us and have additional funding that they can give to our department. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. Any questions?
I don't see any questions, so can we please vote?
Motion passes 11-0.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, yeah, for IP. You can speak on the next
Okay.
item.
The second item I have is a contract with Trio Community Meals to provide home delivered and congregate meals from 8/17/26 through 9/30/26 in the amount of $101,894. This is a short-term contract. We intend to issue another contract with them beginning the new fiscal year for our 3-year grant cycle. They're a new contractor of ours, and the former contractor requested to end their contract in August. So Trio graciously agreed to provide that service for us.
Well, thank you very much. And I see no speakers, and we already voted on this item, so I think we are good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll move on to item C, a service agreement with the Arab Community Center for Economic and Social Services Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, otherwise known as WIC. Grant funding in the amount of $311,000. Can I get a motion to recommend a full board?
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Wallace, supported by Romano, and we have Andrew here to speak on this item today.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Great to see all of you. This item, we're asking for a motion to approve the contract with the Arab Community Center for Economic and Social Services, or better known as Access. Access has been a partner for our WIC services since 2012. They had a 5-year contract. That contract expires at the end of September of this year. We did put this out to bid. Access was the only agency that did bid on this item for WIC services. So we are recommending that we go and continue that partnership with WIC. They roughly do 2,200 clients a month, which is approximately about 18% of our total caseload for WIC services across the county. They've been very good, and we look forward to their partnership and continuing that partnership. Be happy to answer any questions.
All right, I don't see any questions, so can we please vote?
Commissioner
Yes.
Lucido, the system didn't receive your vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Romano?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes 11-0.
Okay, we will move on to item D, budget amendment, Health and Community Services Grant Fund, Michigan State Housing Development Authority, Housing Community Development Fund in the amount of $100,000. Can I get a motion to recommend to full board?
Motion to recommend to full board.
I have motion by Romano, supported by Wayno. Yes, Andrew?
Thank you, Commissioner. This item, we're hoping to get approval for a budget amendment for some new grant dollars that we received from MISHDA to continue our work with affordable housing and regional housing partnership. Most of these dollars are going to be budgeted for contractual services to help move forward items that were identified from our interviews through our housing needs assessment and our plan that we've really engaged the community with. I know some of the commissioners were actually in attendance with some of our recent regional housing partnership meetings, and we really appreciate that support from you commissioners and being there. And so we're looking forward to continue that work with affordable housing and the regional housing partnership that we have.
Okay, seeing no questions, can we please vote?
No, not again.
Commissioner Romano?
Yes.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you very much.
I gotta quit screwing around with the board.
And then our next item, item E, is a budget amendment for Macomb Community Action Supportive Services for Veterans Families. Increased funding from Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency in the amount of $214,600. We do not have Director Scott here to speak on this item. Do we? Oh, I didn't see him, sorry. He
Where's he at?
blending in.
Where'd he go?
He was, like, stealth in there. All right, so motion to recommend a full board.
Board.
Motion and support. Director Scott, how are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be before you today, whether you can see me or not. Before you, I apologize, that was a bad joke. Before you is a budget amendment. It's an increase of funding of $214,600 for our supportive services for veteran families program. Just for some context, as a reminder, we are a sub-grantee of this program. The Oakland Livingston Human Service Agency is the fiduciary. We as a government entity are not eligible to be able to access that grant from the VA. So they are the fiduciary and they are passing along some additional funding. We have seen an influx of additional families requesting services. Last year in total, we served about 89 households with, homelessness prevention, rental arrears, and rapid rehousing. This year, as of today, I pulled this number this year, we're at 88 households who've received services thus far. So the demand has gone up, and so this is some additional funding to help us to that end.
Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, can we please vote?
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you very much.
And now we will move on to item 16, which is public participation. This is the opportunity for public participation for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Is there anyone that wishes to speak today? You've waited this long.
You ought to give him six. Give him 6 minutes. He's been here long enough.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Michael Salyers, 14206 La Cavera Drive, Sterling Heights, Michigan, Joe Romano's area. Anyways, I'm the vice chair for the Veterans Commission. And Joel is an amazing person that you've seen here earlier today. I don't think all the people that applied actually know what we do, and I'm not sure everyone here knows what we do. Our job as the Relief Commission, actually, we help hire and fire with HR, everybody that's in the office, and we deliver the emergency funds from our veterans millage. So that's what we do, and that's all we have the job to do, but we also have to oversee all of our veteran service officers, making sure that they're doing their job, not saying to go online, because no one says go online. They might say call back, but we took care of that one. And that does happen sometimes. If they're get too busy at the front desk and they're going, just please call me back. And we're in there 2, 3 times, 4 times a month, checking and talking to all the employees, making sure that they're happy and that the jobs are getting done right. And it's a great place. And Laura, like you guys said, she is unbelievable. It was so great that we got her into the directorship back in 2013 or 14, whatever year it was. But we have an awesome office. And there were so many great candidates today. I have no clue how you guys are going to do it, but Joel will probably be our next chairperson, because I'm not taking the chair. I'm vice chair, and that's all the quality person I am.
I know that feeling.
Yes. So being the vice chair, though, is a great position, because I can encourage them and help and guide. And I was a warrant officer in the Army. Warrant officers don't do that chairperson stuff. We do the vice chair stuff. Sorry about that. Warrant officers are great. Anyways, Laura is just amazing. A person can walk in our office at 4:30 in the afternoon, right before they have to leave, and she'll get them housing for that night. She has so many collaborators with everybody in this county that it's not part of her job as our director. But she does it because it helps get veterans places to stay and paying a bill at the last minute. We upped her thing from $500 to $1,000 so she can make a decision right away and take care of it, because we trust her so much. You guys did a great job in helping us hire her and making sure she's there. She is the best thing that's happened to this county in a long time. And I just want to say I'm very proud of her. And that's why I stuck around to say, because I was dealing with VFW stuff before I got here, and we had a meeting earlier, so I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off and didn't make it in time to say my piece in the beginning. But I'm here to say it at the end. Laura's great. Our offices run great. We do have new people, and we do teach them. Every time we walk in the office, we talk to them and find out how they're doing. That's probably more than my 3 minutes, so.
Thank you.
Guys, have a very good one. And I talked to someone about that DTE thing. Thanks for pushing it off on, okay, I appreciate you guys doing that. I thought you were voting for us to get an increase. You were. Thank you, I know. Which I'm very glad, because you don't know how many people we pay for veterans for their electric bill. Okay, because the electric has gone up so much. And thank you guys for putting that down, because that's awesome.
Thanks for your patience.
Hey, you're welcome, and have a great day. And I thought I could squeeze in with the veteran service people up here. See ya. Nice seeing you. And
See you.
Joel, I'll be back on Thursday for him. See you.
All right.
Oh, one more last thing. I am just real hard hearing it up. If you guys need to pick someone else, I'm serious, very serious about this. I've been on it for 14 years, and you pulled me in 2 years ago for my next 4 years. I would give up my position to keep Joel and get someone else that you guys really need on the board. So if you like that colonel a whole lot, I would give up my position for him.
Stay where you're at. We like you.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, Joel is that good at what he does at the meetings.
All right.
And he's a true leader, and we need him. But if you
You've
do
definitely
need
gone
to
over
get
3
someone
minutes.
else, I'm saying.
We need you.
See ya.
Tell Pat we said hi.
Time's up.
We didn't get the
Anything
point.
else?
Does she have one more?
Where was the timer?
Okay, now we're going to move on to commissioner comments.
No, none.
Okay, we're not going to move on to commissioner comments. We will move on to closed session. Can I get a motion? I was just told we weren't allowed to have commissioner comments. Fine.
Right for comment.
Commissioner Wallace.
Okay, I'll keep it super short. We went to New Orleans. We learned a lot. I guess you guys will hear about it later. Kevin, you were there. I didn't get to see you, but I saw your name. So thank you again for supporting and coming out and learning with us and bringing it back to Macomb County. The end.
Thanks.
Any other comments?
Motion to go to closed session.
I'm afraid. Support.
Motion by Goiki, support by Howard.
Take that.
He's got to say the whole thing.
Oh. Motion to go in closed session in regards to Macomb County Circuit Court Case number 25-2151-N1.
Hey, enough chocolate, enough the rest.
Voting yes.
Oh, my God. Did you vote?
Everybody's laughing at me.
She was doing great.
Here you go, Harold. All you.
We need the votes.
You were doing just fine.
I,
Did you
Wait,
vote? Vote.
Yes.
yes.
Voted. Everybody vote for
You
closed
have to vote
session?
on your iPad, or she can call on you.
I voted. Didn't you get my vote?
Motion
get mine?
passes 10-0.
Okay, we are now on item 19A, settlement agreement, Macomb County Circuit Court Case number 25-2151-NI. Motion's in order.
Motion. I'll make a motion to accept the settlement agreement in the Macomb County Circuit Court case in the number 25-2151-N1.
We have a motion by Commissioner Lucido, supported by Commissioner Perna. Any discussion on the motion? Please vote.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item is adjournment. We have a
Support.
motion, support. I didn't hear Commissioner Romano.
I didn't hear Commissioner Wallace
All in
either.
favor, vote yes. There you go. We're adjourned.